So, you're in London, standing in front of Buckingham Palace. The air is buzzing with excitement, and you're surrounded by people from all over the world, all craning their necks for a glimpse of something iconic. There he is, the Royal Guard, perfectly still, with that giant fuzzy black hat. He looks almost unreal, like a statue come to life, unmoving no matter what's happening around him. You think, I gotta get a selfie. Is he even real? Maybe I should poke him. The urge to test his limits is almost irresistible, especially when everyone else is doing the same. Let me stop you right there. Bad idea. Seriously, don't even think about it. Messing with a royal guard is like poking a lion at the zoo. Sure, it looks calm, but it's still a lion. You wouldn't reach through the bars, would you? The same logic applies here. These aren't street performers or wax statues, they're highly trained soldiers protecting the monarch. Their job is real, and their training is intense. Their stillness isn't weakness. It's discipline. It's a sign of their commitment and focus, not a lack of awareness. Before you try to go viral, remember, these men and women are part of a tradition stretching back centuries. Every guard you see is carrying on a legacy that's older than most countries. They're not there for your entertainment. No matter how much you wave, dance, or make faces, they won't break character. They're there to do a job, with real weapons and real authority. That rifle isn't just for show, it's a reminder of their responsibility. So put the funny ideas away. There are better ways to remember your visit than by getting in trouble. Look past the uniform and see the soldier, a living piece of history, a symbol of stability and strength. They represent the continuity of the nation, standing guard through every season and every era. Their job is serious, and their focus is absolute. They're trained to ignore distractions, no matter how silly or persistent. The next time you're tempted to test their patience, think twice. Remember, respect goes both ways. The Royal Guard is the human equivalent of a lion, decorative yes, but also the first line of defense. They're both a symbol and a shield. Their presence is about security, not spectacle. They're always alert, always ready, even if they don't show it. So as you stand there, phone in hand, just take a second to appreciate the tradition and discipline in front of you. It's a rare chance to witness living history in action. These guards are a living link to Britain's past. Every day they connect the present to centuries of royal heritage. They're not there for your amusement, they're there to protect. Their duty is to the crown, not to your camera roll. Trust me, it's much more interesting and a whole lot safer to just watch and learn. You'll get a better story to tell and you'll leave with your dignity intact. Let's find out what makes these soldiers so unique. There's more to them than meets the eye, from their uniforms to their rituals, and why you really shouldn't poke the bearskin hat. Some traditions are best observed from a respectful distance. What's the real job of the Royal Guard? They're not just standing around for show. These are elite soldiers from regiments like the Grenadier and Coldstream Guards, responsible for protecting royal residences, Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and more. Their red tunics and bearskin hats are ceremonial, but underneath is a combat-trained soldier. Their primary mission: protect the monarch from any threat. The rifles they carry? Real, and they know how to use them. This tradition dates back to the 1400s, making them part of the oldest military corps in existence. Every step and turn during the changing of the guard is a formal handover of responsibility, a serious military procedure, not just a parade. They're always alert, trained to spot danger and ready to react. So when you see them, remember, you're looking at the real deal, not a tourist attraction. Their discipline and precision are a symbol of national pride. The fuzzy hat is just the surface. These are soldiers first. Respect the uniform and the history behind it. Think standing guard is easy? Think again. A guard's shift is 2 hours on, 4 hours off. During those 2 hours, they can't move, talk, or even scratch an itch. But they're not statues. Every 10 minutes they march their post, sharp, precise, and practiced. This isn't just for show, it keeps them alert and their area secure. Off-duty, it's not relaxation, it's cleaning uniforms, polishing boots, and prepping weapons. Standards are sky-high, inspections are frequent, and discipline is strict. Even while standing still, they're scanning the crowd, watching for anything suspicious. Their stillness is a tool, letting them observe without distraction. It's a tough, demanding job, physically and mentally. They're not just enduring boredom, they're performing active security. So next time you see a guard, remember, behind that stoic face is a soldier on high alert. It's not for everyone. Their discipline is what keeps the tradition and the palace safe. Respect the effort behind the silence. That famous uniform? It's no costume party. The bearskin hat is real fur, weighs over a pound, and stands 18 inches tall, hot and heavy, especially in summer. The red wool tunic is thick and stifling, and the whole outfit with rifle can weigh over 10 pounds. Guards have fainted from the heat, but even that's trained. They fall forward to protect their gear. Uniform details matter, button patterns reveal regiments, and the chin strap sits under the lip, not the chin, for safety. Every element has a story, rooted in battlefield practicality and tradition. The uniform commands respect and projects strength. It's a badge of honor, not a costume. Only a special kind of soldier can wear it with pride and professionalism. When you see a guard, you're seeing living history. Every detail is earned through hard work. It's not about looking good, it's about upholding centuries of tradition, and it's a lot heavier than it looks. So, what happens when tourists push their luck with the Queen's Guard? It's a scene that plays out every day outside royal palaces. Curious visitors eager to test the limits of these famously stoic soldiers. People try everything to get a reaction, making faces, telling jokes, or even breaking into silly dances right in front of the guards. But the guards ignore it all. They've seen every trick in the book, and their discipline is legendary. Get too close for a selfie though, and you'll get a loud surprise, a sudden foot stamp or a booming "step back from the Queen's Guard" that echoes across the courtyard. Some tourists push things even further, trying to touch the guard's rifle, blocking their path or mimicking their precise march, thinking it's all just a bit of fun. That's when things get serious, and the mood shifts instantly. Guards are allowed to use force to clear their way, sometimes with a firm push or by raising their rifle to make their intentions clear. They won't walk around you, they'll march right through, no matter who's in the way. Viral videos capture the moment tourists get the shock of their lives, with crowds gasping as the guards react swiftly and decisively. These aren't theme park characters in costume, they're real soldiers, trained for discipline and security. They're soldiers, and they don't tolerate interference with their duty, no matter how innocent it may seem. In one viral clip, a tourist pokes a guard, only to have the guard spin, lower his rifle, and shout a stern warning that leaves everyone stunned. The tourist jumps back, startled and embarrassed. Lesson learned in front of a crowd. The message is clear. Don't mess with the guards, and don't test their patience. Keep your distance, keep your jokes to yourself, and always respect the uniform and the tradition it represents. The guards' reactions aren't for show, they're for safety, and for upholding centuries of royal tradition. So, learn from others' mistakes, not your own, and enjoy the spectacle from a respectful distance. How do guards decide when to react? It's a system of escalating warnings. At a safe distance, you're fine. Get too close, and you'll get a foot stamp, a silent warning. Ignore that, and you'll hear a loud commanding shout, "Step back from the Queen's Guard!" Most people back off at this point, but if you keep pushing, touching the guard, their uniform, or blocking their path, they're authorized to use force. That can mean a shove, or bringing their rifle to a defensive position. In extreme cases, if there's a real threat, they're trained and authorized to use their weapon. The escalation is clear. Silence, warning, command, then action. It's not random, it's disciplined, controlled, and always about safety. The guard's priority is protecting themselves, their post, and the monarch. So if you get a warning, take it seriously. The next step isn't a joke. What if you ignore every warning and interfere with a guard? It might seem like a harmless prank or a funny moment for your social media feed, but the reality is far more serious than most people realize. Now you're breaking the law. Police are always nearby, and you could be arrested on the spot. What started as a joke can quickly turn into a situation you can't control. Fines, a criminal record, even jail or deportation. These are real consequences for harassing a soldier on duty. Your actions could follow you for years, affecting travel, jobs, and more. The authorities treat any interference as a security breach, not a joke. Security teams are trained to respond quickly and decisively to any threat, no matter how small it may seem. And don't forget, these guards are combat trained. They're not just ceremonial, they're highly skilled professionals prepared for real danger. If you pose a threat, they'll neutralize it, fast. Their training means they can handle situations in seconds, leaving no room for error. You're not just up against one soldier, but the entire security network of the royal palaces. There's a whole team ready to respond at a moment's notice. They're in constant communication with backup seconds away. The response is coordinated, swift, and leaves little chance for escape or explanation. Your prank could end with you in handcuffs or worse. What seemed like a moment of fun can become a nightmare you never expected. The guards' reactions are about safety, not show. Their job is to protect, not to entertain or pose for photos. The best move? Admire from a distance and let them do their job. You'll still get a great story and a photo without any trouble. Don't risk your vacation or your safety for a viral video. The consequences are never worth a few likes or laughs online. The price for foolishness is high. Legal fees, fines, and embarrassment can ruin your trip and your reputation. Respect the rules and you'll have a much better story to tell. You'll remember the experience for the right reasons. The guards are there for a reason. Don't become the reason they have to act. Make your visit memorable for all the right reasons, and leave the drama behind. Who becomes a Queen's Guard? Not just anyone. Recruits go through grueling British Army training, marksmanship, fieldcraft, fitness, and more. Only the best make it through, and many serve in conflict zones before donning the bearskin hat. Ceremonial training is just as tough. Endless drills, perfect movements, and iron discipline. They learn to march in unison, endure the uniform, and keep composure under pressure. The standards are sky-high and mistakes aren't tolerated. This training builds pride, mental strength, and respect for tradition. When you see a guard, you're seeing the result of years of hard work and sacrifice. Disrespecting a guard is disrespecting the entire institution. Their reaction comes from deep respect for their duty. The Royal Guards are more than a tourist attraction. They're elite soldiers, living history, and vital to the monarchy's security. Their discipline and professionalism are admired worldwide. When you visit, take photos, and enjoy the changing of the guard, but do it respectfully. Don't distract, don't get too close, and definitely don't touch. Think of yourself as a guest in someone's home. The palaces are the monarch's house, and the guards are the security team. Be a good guest. Teach your kids to be respectful too. It's a chance to learn about history, tradition, and discipline. The best way to interact? Watch, admire, and appreciate the self-control on display. By showing respect, you honor centuries of service and sacrifice. Enjoy the show, take your photos, and keep a safe distance. If you see someone about to make a mistake, give them a friendly warning. Tell them you heard what happens when you poke the bear skin hat.